Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are previewing Week 10 in college football. We're talking right now with Indian Cowboy from DocSports.com, who has a record of 7-4-1 against spread in college football with us all year long. Right now, we're going to cover Duke Pitt. Interesting matchup here. Indian Cowboy, thanks for being back with us.
Hey, thanks for having me, Pete.
All right, so NBA is about to start tonight, right? How's everything going at DocSports.com?
Man, we're excited, man. We were obviously #1 in the country last year, 94-62, as you know. And our big 8-star future was actually, we provided it here, was on the Hornets under. We gave it to you first always. You're the only media that we do. We have such a strong relationship with you.
Awesome.
And, well, we were #1 in the country in the NBA last year, 94-62, plus 12,890. We love sports. We love calculus. We put them together, and it's pretty awesome. So between that and college basketball, which was 65 and 45 or plus 4,400, we did plus 17,300 between both sports. So really pleased about it. We're on the over today between San Antonio and Dallas. It's our first selection of the NBA season. We're stoked about it. We also have a huge selection on the over in the baseball game tonight, too, between the Royals and the Giants. So we're excited about that. So we're stoked about basketball. We're really excited about football. We have a big play between TCU and West Virginia this weekend, and 3 out of 4 winning weekends in football. And we're really pleased about it. And obviously, hockey, we're on a 9-1 run as we come off a winning baseball season, now winning hockey season. So we're really excited about how things are going.
All right, that sounds great. I'm interested to see what your take is on that TCU game. TCU's been just like basically a team on steroids or meth or whatever it is. So, you know, I'm assuming you either like TCU or the over in that one. But you can go to DocSports.com to find out that information. Right now, we're going to cover Duke and Pitt. Pitt right now is a 4 or 4.5 point home favorite, and that line has taken a sharp move up from 1.5 on the opener. And I didn't check what caused that line movement. Maybe it's some personnel information or an injury or something. But it's an interesting move. Duke's off a bye, and Pitt, of course, is off of that huge, embarrassing blowout at home against Georgia Tech. So maybe you think that Pitt is going to come back here pissed off at home and get a big win, but I'm not sure Duke is the easiest program to do that against, right? Duke in general has been a good bet for a while now, and coming off a bye, you know, getting 4 or 4.5 points here, I think I'd lean Duke, but maybe I'll have to do some more research and find out what caused that line movement. What do you like here, Indian Cowboy?
Yeah, you know, that's the public generally, it sides with you, I guess. 63% of the public is on Duke, but keep in mind that our models show that Duke really struggles against top 30 defenses. So we like Pitt minus the points here, and we think Pitt likely wins this one by 6 or 7 in ugly fashion. It reminds us a lot of the Virginia Tech game. Very similar contest. Most of the public, 64% was on, Virginia Tech overall, and Pitt ended up winning at home. Coming off a 28-point loss, you know, this is a team that has to bounce back here. They're 4-4. If they lose this game, keep in mind that they go to 4-5. And something that we've always loved to do is whenever a ranked team is giving up points, we love to fade that ranked team. You see it, you don't see that often, but you'll see that in college football. You'll see that in college basketball. So here you have a classic ranked team, a top 25 team giving up 4 points on the road when 63% of the public is there. You know, we like Pittsburgh, which is another thing of note in this is not only is Duke coming off a bye, but Duke actually has revenge from a 3-point loss to Pitt last year on top of all of that. But Duke struggles against strong defensive fronts, like they lost against Miami by 12 points on the road. Wouldn't be surprised here to see Duke have a little bit of a letdown after that big win against Virginia. So we like Pitt by about 6 to 7 here.
I mean, you said that Duke struggles against, teams with strong defenses, but, they beat tough Virginia. Virginia's a tough team. They beat them at home in their last game. And they also went into Georgia Tech and beat Georgia Tech, and Georgia Tech blew out Pitt in their last games. Just looking at those two games, it seems like, Duke can handle teams of Pitt's caliber, because Virginia's kind of similar to Pitt, right? They're stronger on defense, and their offense is not terribly overwhelming, and Duke handled them.
No, that's true. I'll use this as a benchmark. When Duke faced Miami, they were a 3.5 underdog on the road, 3.5 underdog on the road, and it was a 10-22 loss. Now that Georgia Tech game was also a 3.5 point underdog on the road, but that was different because they had a lot of the Georgia Tech coach, Paul Johnson, actually talked a lot of smack to the Duke coach. They were heavily motivated. So I guess that is not a good benchmark, that particular game. But when Duke is about a 3.5 to a 5.5 point dog, when you have a top 25 team that's giving up points on the road, and Pitt coming off a 28-point loss as well, for all those reasons, and looking to avoid going to 4-5 on the season, we'll take our chance with Pitt for a good public fade here.
All right. Interesting analysis from Indian Cowboy, liking Pitt, currently -4, widely available number. Thanks so much, IC.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.